Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Second game of the doubleheader underway. First pitch is a ball. We'll go over starting lineups in between innings. Called outside. Count will run to, actually that one was called a strike. Count will run to 1-1 on Dearman. On the ground to the right side, and Dearman, just like he did in the first game, a base hit, this time at least stayed in the park. Dearman led off the first game with a home run to right field. This time he singles through the right side. First pitch to Santos, strike called on the outside corner. So in that first game, Dearman went 2 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Santos went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Squared, pulls back. This one in the dirt. Count goes to 1-1. One ball, one strike. They go ahead and check on their runner over at first base. Jacob Spruill pitching for Crimson Storm, 0-6 on the year, 5.75 ERA, 7 appearances. This is his 8th start, 40 2/3 innings pitched, 54 hits, 27 runs, 26 of those are earned, 24 walks, 26 Ks. Teams are hitting .333 against Spruill. That one's outside. Count to go to 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. He goes and checks on a runner at first base again, and Dearman. Squares, tries to lay this one down, and it will get foul. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Santos. We'll have to swing away now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Second game of a doubleheader. This one's scheduled for 7. SNU falls in the first one 5-2. They check on Dearman again at first. Santos at the plate. The 2-2, there goes the runner. Fouled away. Count to stay at 2-2. Dearman 7 for 7 in stolen base attempts this year. One of the leaders in the GAC. Have a final in softball. Southern Nazarene falls 5-2. SNU with just 3 hits in that game. Southwestern Oklahoma State scored 5 in the first. SNU got 2 back later in the third, as this one's fouled off. But only had 3 hits on the day. Kayla Wyatt, unusual day, went 3 1/3. Gave up 8 hits, 5 runs on 8 hits, only struck out 5 and walked 3. So a rough outing for the senior out of Purcell. They check on Dearman again at first. The 2-2. This one's on the ground to Phelan. It's short, takes a hop, throws it over to Van Zant. Van Zant tries to turn the double play, but pulled up off the bag. It'll be a fielder's choice. So Santos reaches on the fielder's choice. Dearman out on the 6-4. Ball kind of took a little bit of a late hop there on Phelan. Skipped right into his glove, and Van Zant got taken out at second base by Dearman. And had to throw high and pulled Cody Nelson up off the bag. So 1 down, 1 on. That's Santos on first. That'll bring up Polston. Fouls that one off. Start off at 0-1 on Polston. Polston, in that first game, went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. 2 RBIs came on a 2-run shot to left field, as well as the run scored. Top of the first, second game of the doubleheader. Here's the pitch. That one bounces in, and it bounces way up high against the screen. So it'll be a wild pitch. That hit about 2 feet in front of home plate and kicked up off of Tucker and went nearly almost out of the park. It just missed the top of that net by about a foot. So the wild pitch pushes Santos down to second. Polston now with a 1-1 out. Sproul out of the stretch. Lifts this one up. It'll stay in play, hopefully. And it just gets up against the fence as Cody Nelson comes sliding into the fence. And wait and see if Cody Nelson's okay. Cody Nelson getting slow to get up. And that one kind of had my heart in my throat there for a second. Because poor Cody has kind of been injury prone since he's been here at SNU. Takes his time and goes back running over to first base. It looks like Cody's okay. Scared me there for a second. Maybe just needed a second to gather his breath. He's had a foot or an ankle issue or had a surgery earlier this year with a wrist issue. Told him no diving in the preseason. Count goes to 1-2 on Polston. This one's on the ground to short. Phelan scoops it up, throws over to first. Got him. So now 2 outs. And Santos moves on over to third base. So 2 down here, and it'll bring up Jacob Spring. Jacob Spring in that first game, 1 for 4. And stay with us in between innings. We'll go over the starting lineups for the second game of the doubleheader. That one missed. Start off at 1-0. Let's go ahead and look at the conference standings here for just a second as well. Again, Oklahoma Baptist, Henderson State at the top, 8-4 coming in today. Arkansas, Monticello, Southwestern, and Oklahoma State tied for third in the conference at 6-3 as that one misses inside. Count will go to 2-0 from Sproul. Southern Arkansas in fifth at 7-5. Southeastern, Northwestern right behind them at 6-6. Harding and East Central at 5-7. Strike called. And then a 3-way tie at the bottom of the conference between Arkansas Tech, Ouachita, and Southern Nazarene. Count now 2-1 from Sproul. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Looked like a changeup. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. SNU trying to get out of this one. Leave a runner stranded 90 feet away. Again, a pretty day, just cold and windy. That one catches the outside corner, strike 3. And the Crimson Storm are out of the inning. First strikeout for Sproul. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the second game of the doubleheader. Southwestern Oklahoma State coming in 14-7 and 7-3 in the GAC. Tanner Dearman will lead it off. He'll play center field. Batting second, playing third, number 12, Josh Santos. Batting third, in right field, Corbin Polston. Batting fourth, playing left, Jacob Spring. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Zach Barton. Batting sixth, playing first, Trent Troxel. Batting seventh and catching, Joel Baxley. Batting eighth, playing second, CJ Faddis. And batting ninth, at short, Hayden Hoshka. Gunnar Cook takes the hill for Southwestern Oklahoma State. 5.47 ERA, 3-2 on the year. Now the starting lineup for the Crimson Storm. Batting first, playing short, Dylan Phelan. Batting second, playing second base, Brady Van Zant. Batting third, playing left, Anthony Wiggins. Batting fourth, designated hitter Tyler Stevens. Batting fifth, behind the plate, Ryan Tucker. Batting sixth and in right, Mike DeShishalo. Batting seventh and at first, Cody Nelson. Batting eighth and at third, Shelby Reese. And batting ninth and in center, Gage Webster. Jacob Sproul again on the hill for the Crimson Storm. Gunnar Cook, again, 5.47 ERA, 3-2 on the year for the Bulldogs. This is his sixth start and appearance. 24 2/3 innings pitched, 22 hits, 16 runs. 15 of those are earned, 12 walks, 26 Ks. Teams are hitting .239 against Mr. Cook. It'll be Dylan Phelan who'll lead it off for the Crimson Storm. It's SNU. Heads to the bottom of the first, looking to take the lead. Again, this one's scheduled for 7. Tomorrow's will be scheduled for 9. We'll not have audio on tomorrow's broadcast as we wrap up spring break and Have some different students in different places. We'll have our full crew back after next week, though. Dylan Phelan will lead it off. Phelan in that first game, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Single to center to lead off the game, and later had an RBI with a sac fly. First pitch from Cook is a strike on the outside corner. This one's on the ground. To second base, over to Faddis. Faddis picks it up, throws Phelan out at first. So that'll bring up Brady Van Zant. Van Zant comes into this one hitting 135. 0 for 3 in that first game. First pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. The Southern Nazarene liked to swing at that first pitch quite a bit in that first game. Didn't hit 100 pitches until the 9th inning. Did Chidester. 0-2 now the count on Van Zant. John Chidester gave up just 2 runs on 5 hits in 9 innings. This one's lined right out to Faddis. So back-to-back balls hit to Faddis. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Anthony Wiggins. Wiggins steps in after going over 3 in that first game with a walk. Righty versus lefty matchup. Wiggins comes into this one hitting 338. First pitch is a ball outside. Start off at 1-0. Anthony Wiggins, the 5'9 junior out of Chula Vista, California, out of Castle Park High School. That one's high and away. Count to go to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Wiggins. (2-0), swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Welcome everybody back to Cypress Athletic Complex. The 2-1 to Wiggins. Hit hard. Lofted to right field. Polston goes back, then comes back in, makes the catch, and 3 up, 3 down in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 1. We're tied at 0. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Top of the second we go. Southern Nazarene, Southwestern Oklahoma State. All tied at 0. It'll be Barton who'll lead it off. Barton, Troxel, Baxley due up in the inning. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Bulldogs. First pitch inside, gets away. Count will start off at 1-0. (1-0) pitch outside. Count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Barton. Barton in that first game, 0 for 4. Ball down. Sproul already behind 3-0. Sproul 24 walks on the year. Make that 25. Leadoff walk for Barton. That could spell danger for SNU if they can't get this going. Troxel will step in. Troxel in that first game also 0 for 4. This one's popped up. It'll get out of play. Just to the right of home plate. Count will start off at 0-1. Softball about to get underway in their second game of the doubleheader. Tries to lay this one down, fouls it off to the left side. Count will go to 0-2. 0-2 on Troxel. Southern Nazarene just hoping to get in the top 8 at the end of the season in the conference. They've changed the rules a little bit this year. Used to be just 6 teams go to one final site. Now they've gone to basically 2 weeks of a conference tournament. As the 0-2 comes in from Sproul, hit to the right side. It'll get out of play. Count will stay at 0-2. So they'll play the first week at host sites. The top 4 teams in the conference will host. Play best 2 out of 3 on a Friday, Saturday. The winners of those series will then meet in Henderson State and Arkadelphia. They'll play a 4-team double elimination tournament for the conference championship. Calling that first week the opening week, so a little bit different with the GAC. The 0-2, high. Count will go to 1-2. Just trying to elevate the eyes of Troxel. Maybe come back with something off speed. And we'll see what Sproul does here out of the stretch. Double play depth from the middle infield. It is off speed, but he gets out in front of it. Hits it towards Wiggins and left. Wiggins makes the catch. Barton will go back to first. And the Crimson Storm have 1 out in the inning. That'll bring up Joe Baxley. Baxley 0 for 3 in that opener. Baxley comes into this game hitting .243, 9 of 37, 4 runs scored, 4 doubles, 5 RBIs. I go ahead and check on the runner at first in Barton. Barton, so far on the year, 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts. First pitch in the dirt, scooped up by Stevens. Count goes to 1-0. This one's in the dirt. There goes Barton, and Tucker's not going to have a chance on the wild pitch. So 2-0 the count, runner on second base. That is Barton. Baxley at the plate. The 2-0. That one's in the dirt. Count goes to 3-0. Sproul working behind. Walked Barton to lead off the inning before the fly out to left field. That one's outside, and 2 walks in the inning. That'll bring up Faddis with 1 out and 2 runners on. Faddis in that first game 0 for 4, and Robert Lee's going to come out and talk with Sproul. So Sproul just losing control a little bit in this inning. Struggling a bit. Walked Barton. Then turned around and walked Baxley. Come back to play. Just a quick check to make sure everything's all right. Calm him down. Get his wits about him. This one's fouled off. We'll start off at 0-1 on Faddis. One the count. This one's popped up beyond second base. DeShisholo coming on, makes the catch. Came a long ways. I think it was going to be on the transfer. They do say it's on the transfer. So the F9 gives 2 outs, and that'll bring up Hoshka. Hoshka had a heck of a first game, 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. And the 9 spot back where he is here. The first pitch from Sproul is a strike. Sproul starting to work back ahead in the count now. Runners on first and second. Oh, 1 count. High and tight. Count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One hit hard, but foul. Just to the left of the third base bag. Count now goes to 1-2. One, 2 inside. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two the count. Ground ball over to Van Zant. Flips to second. Gets the out. Crimson Storm are out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. We're tied at 0. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Tyler Stevens will lead it off for the Crimson Storm to start the bottom of the second. SNU Southwestern all tied up at 2. First pitch to Stevens. Flies it to left field. Carrying towards the line. Giving chase is Spring, and Spring can't get to it. I guess Spring lost it. Never saw it, but it falls foul. Spring never took off real hard. I think he was just trying to find it. Either that or he was thinking the shortstop was coming in. Nonetheless, Stevens may get a break right here. Tyler Stevens in that first game, 1 for 4. 4, 5, 6 to open the inning for the Crimson Storm. Tyler Stevens, Ryan Tucker, Mike DeShisholo. 1-1 the count. Ball down, count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stevens comes into this one, hitting .260, 19 of 73. 11 runs scored, 4 doubles, a home run, and 5 RBIs. The 1-1. Fouled back. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Outside, count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. SNU trying to crack through, at least salvage a split for the day. This one's on the ground. Over to second base. Boots it by Faddis, but Faddis comes up with it. Took a hop on Faddis, spun around. Threw it over to first, still in time to get Stevens. That'll bring up Tucker. Tucker hitting .241 on the year. That one's low and away. Count goes to 1-1. The 1-1. Strike called. Count will go to 1-2. 1-2 the count on. Count goes to 1-2. 1-2, down in the dirt. Two balls, 2 strikes. That one's outside. Count goes to 3-2. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball did go through the zone. Strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Cook, and that'll bring up Mike DeShisholo. DeShisholo now hitting .243 with 18 of 74, 8 runs scored. 3 doubles, a triple, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs. Strike called on Mike. This one's hit hard, out to center field. Dearman started inside, then started moving back, and it went over his head. I guess Dearman didn't see it off the bat. That one goes all the way to the wall. Double for Mike DeShisholo. Looked like maybe a routine fly ball the way Dearman reacted off the bat, and then all of a sudden took off running. Like, must be hard to see sun directly behind us. Outfielders looking in. DeShisholo with the double to right center. I'll bring up Cody Nelson. First hit of the day for the Crimson Storm. Bottom of the second, we're scoreless. Looks in. Here's the pitch. Outside. Starts off 1-0 on Nelson. DeShisholo went 1 for 4 in that first game with a home run. And then Shelby Reese, 1 for 2 with a run scored. He's on deck. Cody Nelson, 0 for 4, looking for his first hit of the day. 1-0 the count on Nelson. 1-0. Outside, a wild pitch. That'll allow DeShishalo to move down to third base. Two-0 the count to Nelson. Two-0. Outside. Count goes to 3-0 to Nelson. Cook in a little bit of trouble here. Can he work his way out? That one's outside. Nelson draws a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up Shelby Reese. Again, Reese was 1 for 2 in that first game with a run scored. Time's going to be called as Hoshka from shortstop, Baxley from behind home plate will go out and talk. Make sure they know what they're doing. Strike called on the outside corner, and Reese didn't like that one. Ball did look to be out. SNU faithful comes to life as well. Didn't like that pitch. The 0-1. That one's outside. Count goes to 1-1. The 1-1. Outside. Count now goes to 2-1. Time call. So count goes to 2-1. Zach Saunders will go out and talk with Gunnar Cook, as well as the rest of his infield. Try to regain control of this game. SNU with a chance to do some damage here. SNU comes into this one 4-18 on the year, 4-9 in the GAC. The 2-1. Outside. Count goes to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Reese. Foul away to the right side. Count's going to go full. Nelson will be off with the pitch. So Nelson will get a bit of a head start. Time call by Reese. He'll step out. Nelson takes his lead. There goes Nelson. Ball right back to Cook. Cook flips it over to first. And the Bulldogs are out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 left on. We go to the third. Tied at 0. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Top of the third we go. Tied at 0, each team with just one hit. Southern Nazarene. Sproul still in, 2 innings pitch at this point. Back to the top of the order for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Dearman will lead it off. First pitch. Inside, missed. Starts off at 1-0. Dearman, Santos, Polston, 1-2-3. Due up in the inning. The 1-0. Outside, count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. On the top of the second, in softball, SNU up 2-0. This one's hit hard to the right side. It'll get past the diving Cody Nelson into right field. So the single will lead off the inning through the right side by Dearman. So the third straight inning that Southwestern has put the leadoff runner on. Dearman's got both hits for Southwestern on the day. Dearman 1 for 1 on the day. Santos now steps in. Santos 0 for 1 on the day. Ground out and a fielder's choice. Tries to lay this one down. Can't get it down. 0-1. The 0-1 does get this one down. Starts rolling foul. It is a fair ball. Lands right on the line. They call it fair, and Sproul thinks it's foul. Robert Lee also coming out to talk to say if it was foul or not. Tyler Stevens thought it was, or Ryan Tucker thought it was foul. Tough call to make. Looked like it was on the line from here, but that's still, we're not right down the line. So a perfect bunt, base hit for Santos. Puts runners on first and second with no outs. It'll bring up Polston. Polston steps in, 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out last time up to bat back in the first. Bulldogs threatening here. Squares, lays this one down right in front of home plate. Tucker tries to go to third. Can't get him. It'll be a fielder's choice. Not sure if he was hearing 3, but had the easy out at first, and now bases are loaded. So a fielder's choice sack bunt for Polston loads the bases. And Robert Lee will go out and talk with his infield. So Santos gets a break on the ball that was called fair. That just happened to miss. Or just happened just to stay fair. And nearly had it foul. And then Polston tried to lay that one down. Tucker comes up and goes to third and tried to get the lead runner and couldn't do it. A little bit of chippiness here as the umpire behind home plate. Kefford Vincent. Swing and a miss for Spring. Oh, and 1 the count. Fouls it off. So Kefford Vincent will now be behind home plate. Should be Dean Hodge. out in the field. 0-2 the count to Spring, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. This one's hit out to right center, carrying deep. It is gone. A grand slam opposite field shot for Jacob Spring, and the Bulldogs have got things rolling. A 4-0 lead for Southwestern with no outs. The floodgates have opened for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Brings up Barton. Led off the second with a walk. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-2 on Barton. That one bounces in. Count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Sproul letting it get away from him a little bit. That one's outside. Count goes to 2-2. So I had back-to-back singles and the fielder's choice that loaded the bases before the grand slam by Spring. The 2-2 gets down in the zone. Count goes to 3-2. Sproul's best outing probably came in his last outing. Gave up just 2 runs on 7 hits and 8 innings of work against Harding. And that one's outside. Started 0-2 through 4 straight balls. Walked Barton for the second time. That'll bring up Trent Troxel. Still no outs. Cameron Ray getting loose down in the Crimson Storm pen. It'll be Trent Troxel over 1. Flew out to left field last time up to bat. Back in the second. Lays this one down, but foul to the left side. Start off at 0-1. On the count, and they go ahead and check on Barton over at first base. Looks like Crimson Storm softball taking a 3-0 lead. The top of the second. SNU scores 2 in the first. Squares, bounces in, and there goes the runner. So now 1-1 on the wild pitch. So Barton moves down to second. One on 1 the count, lifted towards center field. Gage Webster going back at the wall, hits off the top of the wall. Webster picks it up, throws it in. It'll be a no-out double for Troxel to right center. Barton was able only to move up 90 feet as he had to stay put. And that'll be it for Jacob Sproul. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your Crimson Storm reliever. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Cameron Ray, the new pitcher for Southern Nazarene. Ray, the 6'2", 185 senior out of Guyman, Oklahoma. As Baxley will step in. Baxley, so far on the day, has not had an official at bat, has a walk on the day. First pitch from Ray. High and inside. Count goes to, start off at 1-0. Cameron Ray on the year. Fourth appearance, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 1.93 ERA. Hits this one hard out to right field. DeShishalo carrying back at the wall, and that one's gone. A 3-run shot. 3-run home run for Baxley to right field, and this one's starting to get away from SNU. All 7 runs in this inning have come off of 2 home runs. A grand slam by Spring, 3-run shot by Baxley. That'll bring up Faddis. Faddis so far on the day 0 for 1. Flew out to right field the last time up to bat. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner. So the first home run of the year given up by Cameron Ray, just the second extra base hit. He's got 3 Ks on the year, 6 hits. It's allowed just 1 run, strike called right down Main Street. Ray pitched against Harding, allowed 5 hits but did not give up a run in 3 1/3 innings work. Ground ball to Phelan at short. Throws it over to first. Nelson scoops it out of the dirt. Nice pick there by Nelson, and finally the first out of the inning. 7 runs before the first out is recorded. And that'll bring up Hoshka. Reached on a fielder's choice last time up to bat. Actually, fielder's choice. Ball to second base. Ground ball deep in the hole at short. Phelan tries to backhand it. It'll get under him. We'll see what the official scorer rules that one as. It will be a hit. Ball is called. Want to know the count. Dearman at the plate. Breaking ball misses outside. The count. This one's ripped down the right field line. Around goes Hoshka. Dearman's rounding. Hoshka coming to third. They're sending him. Here's the throw from DeCicelo. Van Zant bobbles it around, and it will be a triple down the right field line to make it 8-0. So the triple down the right field line for Dearman scores Hoshka. Makes it 8-0. 8 runs here in the top of the third. The floodgates have opened. Time called, and Tucker will go out and talk with Cameron Ray. Connor Berry in the bullpen for the Crimson Storm, 6'1", 240 freshman out of San Bernardino, California. Santos, 1 for 2 on the day, ground out. Fielder's choice. Singled on a bunt back in the third. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. The 0-1. Check swing in the dirt. They said, did he go? Said he didn't go. Count will go to 1-1. Infield pulled in on the grass all the way around. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one lifted out to right field, carrying. DeShisholo makes the catch and fires into home as they try to tag. At the plate, it's close. He's safe. Great slide there by Dearman on the sac fly to right field. Dearman scores and makes it 9-0. They have completely batted around here in the third. With 2 outs now, base is clear. All 9 runs have come in the top of the third. Polston now steps up. This one's on the ground. Over to Phelan, and Phelan can't come up with it. Ground ball to Dylan Phelan. Be an error on the shortstop. Phelan tried to scoop it up, maybe try to make that throw before, and it's the first error of the day for SNU. Didn't have any errors in that first game, but it's the first error on the Crimson Storm. That one's up. Start off at 1-0 on Spring. The 1-0. Down and away. Count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. That one's down in the dirt. Count goes to 3-0. Strike call. Three and 1 the count. Strike called on the outside corner. Count goes full. Ray's worked his way back into this. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Polston will be off with a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Crimson Storm finally get out of the inning. But 9 runs on 7 hits, 1 error, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the third. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Gage Webster leads it off for the Crimson Storm here in the bottom of the third. 9-1-2 due up in the inning. First pitch was, I believe, a called strike. That one's fouled over to the right side. Count will go to 0-2. Swing and a miss. Actually, the count now goes to 1-2. My apologies. 1-2 the count. Webster, Phelan, Van Zant due up in the inning for the Storm. Webster just fouls that one off. Count will stay at 1-2. One and two the count. Swing and a miss, strike three. Webster goes down swinging. I'll bring up Dylan Phelan. Dylan Phelan steps in. Phelan 0 for 1 on the day. Off-speed pitch slips out of the hands of Cook. Goes over the top of the head of Phelan. 1-0 to start off. Strike called on the outside corner. 1-1. Outside. Count goes to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1. Check swing. Did not go. Count goes to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Takes this one. And Phelan will draw a walk. So 1 out walk for Phelan brings up Brady Van Zant, lined out to second last time up to bat. 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch to Van Zant is outside. Count will start off at 1-0. The 1-0 to Van Zant. Outside, count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Two 2-0 the count. That one bounces in. Count now goes to 3-0. Cook starting to lose a little bit of composure here just for a second. 3 quick balls after the walk to Phelan. They go ahead and check on Phelan over at first. The 3-0. Right down Main Street. Count goes to 3-1. Bottom of the third. The 3-1. Fouled back. Count goes to 3-2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Cook works his way back in after 3-0. Strikes out Van Zant, and that'll bring up Anthony Wiggins. Second strikeout of the inning. Third of the game for Cook. Brings up Wiggins. So Wiggins 0 for 1. Fly out. Strike called on the outside corner. That one's a strike called on the outside corner. 0-2 now the count. That one was way outside. Oh, and 2 to Wiggins. That one's outside. Count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Down and in. Wiggins working himself back into the count. The 2-2. This one's hit out towards left field. It'll get down for a base hit. Short hops a spring. But a single to left with 2 outs. I'll bring up Tyler Stevens. Stevens grounded out to second base last time up to bat to lead off the bottom of the second. Stevens 0 for 1 on the day. That one's off the outside corner of the plate. We'll start off at 1-0 on Stevens. Lifts this one out towards right center. The right fielder was playing pretty deep. That'll get down in for a base hit. They try to go to third to try to catch Wiggins moving up. And, well, Polston was playing up against the wall, and Stevens bloops that one in. Scores the first run of the game for the Crimson Storm. So single to right, pushes Wiggins over to third. Phelan scores from second, and SNU have cut it to 9-1. That'll bring up Ryan Tucker with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Wiggins on third. Stevens on first. Thought that one was first hit. It should have been easy out. And I looked up, and Polston was playing deep right. First pitch, chop to the left side. Santos comes up with it, makes the flip over to first, and Southwestern's out of the inning. But SNU puts 1 across the plate, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. We go to the 4th. SNU down 9-1. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Back to action we go here at Cypress Athletic Complex. Top of the 4th, 9-1 lead for Southwestern Oklahoma State. First pitch is a ball off the outside corner. That one misses 2. Count goes to 2-0. This one's hit hard towards second base. Van Zant slips but throws it over to first, gets it. So 1 up, 1 down. Here in the top of the 4th. So Trent Troxel now steps up to bat. That one misses. Start off at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. That one's outside. Count goes to 2-0 now on Troxel. That one catches the outside corner. 2-1 on Troxel. Troxel so far on the day. 1 for 2. Double and a run scored. That one's down, and so it actually hit him on the leg. So it hits Troxel, and 1 out, hit by a pitch. We'll bring up Baxley. Fouls this one off to the right side. We'll start off at 0-1. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside. Count will go to 1-1. This one's hit out towards right. DeCicelo going back to his left, heading towards the line, makes the catch. So DeCicelo gives SNU the second out of the inning. That'll bring up C.J. Faddis. That one misses. 1-0 now the count. Fouled off to the right side. Count will move to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball misses. Down and away. Count goes to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Faddis 0 for 2 on the day. Fly out and a ground out. The 2-1. Ball down. Count will go to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Outside and have a 2-out walk. Now 2 runners on with 2 outs. That'll bring up Hoshka. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Top of the 4th. First pitch down to Hoshka. Start off at 1-0. Check swing did go. Count goes to 1-1. One. Breaking ball. Hit to left field. Wiggins looks up, makes the catch. Crimson Storm are out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. SNU down 9-1. You're watching Crimson Storm baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Mike DeShisholo will lead it off for the Crimson Storm. So we start the bottom of the 4th. 9-1 lead for the Bulldogs. Strike called for DeShisholo. Second pitch pops this one up. Beyond second base, carrying to the right side. Second baseman making a great play on a tough pop fly there. Nice catch by Faddis. That'll bring up Cody Nelson. Drew a walk last time up to bat. Back in the 2nd. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball. Right back goes off of Cook towards second base. Does he have enough time to throw him out? He does. A routine 1-4-3 for the Bulldogs. 2 down. That'll bring up Reese. So bottom of the 4th. Reese comes up to bat. Reese 0 for 1 in this game. Ground out last time. Up to bat. Outside, count goes to 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. This one right down the pipe and swings it out toward center field and hits it right toward Dearman for the catch. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go to the 5th. SNU down 9-1. You're watching Crimson Storm baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Dearman will lead it off for Southwestern Oklahoma State as we start the top of the 5th. 1-2-3 due up in the lineup. Dearman 3 for 3 on the day with a triple. So heck of a day for Mr. Dearman. First pitch outside. Dearman in that first game went 2 for 3 with an RBI, 2 runs scored, hit a home run, had a double. So technically, I believe he's got the cycle on the day if you count the doubleheader. One on one the count. Had a double and a home run the first game. Got a triple here. Single through the right side back in the first, single through the right side again in the third, and then triple down the right field line also in the third. This one's outside. Count will go to 3-1. So over the doubleheader, he does have a cycle. 3-1 in this one is part of that lovely 9-run inning in the top of the third. 10 runs in that one inning between SNU and Southwestern. No other runs anywhere else. And that one's outside, and Dearman draws a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Santos. Time called. Robert Lee will make a change, and we'll take a quick break. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Connor Berry, the new pitcher for the Crimson Storm. Berry, the 6'1", 240 freshman. Transfer from Chaffey College out of San Bernardino, California. Left-handed pitcher. Breaking ball. Dives in there for a strike. On to Santos. Santos so far on the day, 1 for 2 with an RBI, sac fly. Also reached on a fielder's choice. The 0-1. Time called, and they're going to call a balk. So the second balk of the day we've seen. So this one, pretty sure, was Berry not coming set. So 0-1 the count on Santos. The 0-1, he'll actually spin around and look at Dearman on second. Berry, third appearance on the year, 6.75 ERA, 4 innings pitched. This one hit through the right side. Around's going to come Dearman. Here's the throw from DeShisholo, and this one will get away. It'll be an error on DeShisholo. So the run scores from third, but runner moves up to second on the error, throwing error by Mike DeShisholo. So single through the right side. Dearman makes it 10-1. Ninth hit of the day for Southwestern Oklahoma State. That'll bring up Polston. Polston 0 for 2 on the day with a sacrifice. Also reached on an error. First pitch, still no outs here in the top of the fifth. First pitch to Polston is in the dirt. Start off at 1-0. Strike call. Ball up in the zone. Count goes to 2-1. Quick score update on softball. Southern Nazarene led 4-0 at one point. Now in the top of the third, down 5-4. Southwestern Oklahoma State scored 5 runs in the bottom of the second. This one lifted to right field. To Shishalo carrying back slowly at the wall. Reaches up, makes the catch. There's the first out of the inning, and Santos will go ahead and go on over to third. Jacob Spring steps to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. That one hit was a grand slam to right center. Again, part of that 9-run inning. Top of the fifth. Bulldogs have pushed one across already. They lead 10-1, one down. Infield comes in, fouls it off. Infield all in on the grass. Hoping to cut the runner down at the plate. There is no run rule in a 7-inning game within the conference. Run rule only comes into effect in a 9-inning game. Breaking ball. Looks like it may have been up and maybe a little away. Count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Spring, the 5'11", 185 senior out of Shawnee, Oklahoma, transfer from Coffeyville. Overhand curveball finds itself in the zone. Count will move to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. This one gets inside. It actually catches Spring, and Spring is hit by a pitch. So the second hit batter of the day for the Crimson Storm. First by Barry. The book is closed on Spruill. Spruill goes 2 innings, 6 runs allowed, 3 walks, 1 K, 3 wild pitches, 5 hits allowed. There goes the runner. This one bounces in. It'll be a stolen base. So the count goes to 1-0. Stolen base for Spring. The 1-0. Hit out towards left field. Coming on is Wiggins. Wiggins dives, can't get it. It'll get down for a base hit, gets behind him. 1 run's going to score. They're going to hold him at third and on the double. So the double to left field, left center by Barton. Spring had to stay put. Santos scores. Puts runners at second and third, and the Bulldogs have pushed 2 across in the 5th. Troxel steps to the plate. Swing and a miss. Start off at 0-1. The 0-1. Ground ball to Phelan at short. Phelan turns, can't get the runner at second base, Barton, but he will eventually get him. So Troxel reaches on the fielder's choice. Barton just gives himself up. 2 down. They're trying to see if Troxel would be out. They're saying that he didn't even run to first base. I didn't see what was going on. My eyes were on the play at short. I think maybe Troxel thought it was the third out of the inning. Zach Saunders at third base, not too pleased with Troxel, knowing maybe what could be coming. Time's going to be called as Kefford Vincent will go out and talk with Dean Hodge. Decide on what they should do. We'll see what will happen. They said that Troxel just started walking over towards the Bulldogs dugout. Probably thought it may have been the third out of the inning. They're going to call over the coach and Zach Saunders, which may be good news for SNU. And that'll do it. He's out. And so Troxel basically out of the base pass, and Zach Saunders is not too happy, throwing a fit right now at how he was called out. So that will be the third out of the inning, and 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Southwestern Oklahoma State down 11-1. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Gage Webster will lead it off for the Crimson Storm. Strike called on the outside corner. As we start the bottom of the 5th, Southern Nazarene down 11-1. That one's a called strike on the outside corner. 9 of those runs came in the 3rd. 2 more runs in the top of the 5th. Southwestern sits on an 11-1 lead. That one's high and away. Count will go to 1-2. Webster 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Bottom of the 5th. This one's scheduled for 7. 10 hits, 11 runs for Southwestern, 3 hits, 1 run for Southern Nazarene as he fouls that one away to the right side. Another quick check on softball. Crimson Storm have scored 4 in the top of the 4th. They now lead 6-5. One and two the count. The 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner on the breaking ball. Webster goes down with a strikeout for the 2nd time today. Back to the top of the order to Dylan Phelan. Phelan 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run scored. One down here in the bottom of the fifth. Ball up and away. Count will start off at 1-0. One 0 outside. Count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Phelan. Foul ball to the right side. Count will move to 2-1. Fouls this one off to the right side. Phelan comes into this one with a 14-game hitting streak going. That one misses. Count goes to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Phelan has played in just 15 games this year. Has started in all 15, but has had a hit in the last 14 games. His only game that he hasn't had a hit in was the very first game he played in against Cameron. It was 0 for 3. So Phelan draws his second walk. That'll bring up Garrett Perez, a pinch hit. So Perez will pinch hit. Hits this one on the ground to the left side. Gets past the diving shortstop. Boy, still nice play to knock it down there by Hoshka. But Perez steps up, swings on the first one, and delivers a single. Single to the left side. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out for Anthony Wiggins. Good spot for SNU to be in right here. Wiggins 1 for 2 on the day. Flied out to right field last time up to bat. Strike call. 0-1 the count. Ball down. 1-1 the count on Wiggins. Fouls this one back. Wiggins had a string of 4 straight games with at least 2 hits, broken in the previous game. Didn't have a hit in that first game, but had 2 hits in each of the previous 4. So Wiggins and Phelan had been on one heck of a hot streak as this one's outside. Count goes to 2-2 on Wiggins. Wiggins trying to have another hit here. Pops this one up on the left side. Hoshka calls everybody off, makes the catch on the infield fly. Infield fly rule was in effect there. That'll bring up Tyler Stevens. Stevens steps in 1 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to second, back in the second, and single to right field back in the third. 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch to Stevens, a strike on the outside corner. Perez on first, Phelan on second. Good speed for the Storm on the base pass at this point. This one's hit out to left center. Dearman across, and they almost run into each other, but just get out of the way with Spring, and Dearman makes the catch. No runs, one hit, no errors, 2 left on. We've played 5. Southern Nazarene trails 11-1. We go to the 6th. You're watching Crimson Storm Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Top of the 6th we go. Joe Baxley will lead it off for the Bulldogs. It'll be Baxley, Faddis, Hoshka. Due up in the inning. Strike called on the outside corner. 7, 8, 9 due up in the inning for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Strike called on the inside corner. (11-1) lead for Southwestern. Ball up. Count goes to 1-2. Take another quick check in on Crimson Storm softball. Still in the bottom of the 4th. SNU up 6-5 after falling in that first one 5-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 gets away from Tucker, but he'll throw it on down to first base. So 1 down on the strikeout. That'll be Faddis. Faddis 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. Fly out and a ground out. 1 down here in the top of the 6th. First pitch. And that actually catches Faddis' right foot. Oshka will step in. 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch bounces in, and there goes Faddis. So Faddis moves up on the wild pitch. Brings up Hoshka. That one misses. Count to go to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. That misses. Count now goes to 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 bounces in, and a 4-pitch walk for Hoshka. And that one actually gets away from Tucker as Faddis moves over on the wild pitch. So now runners at first and third with 1 out. That'll bring up Dearman, and that'll be done for Berry. We'll be right back with a new pitcher. You're watching Crimson Storm Softball Baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Matthew Plummer takes the hill for the Crimson Storm. First pitch from Plummer. Strike called on the outside corner onto Dearman. Top of the order now for Southwestern. Tanner Dearman 3 for 3 with a triple, a single, and a walk. 0-1 the count. Outside. Count to go to 1-1. Plummer, the 5'11", 190 sophomore out of Watonga, Oklahoma. Watonga High School. That one's a strike. Count now goes to 1-2. The 1-2. Fouled away to the left side. This is Plummer's first appearance of the year. The 1-2. Chopped foul to the right side. Just foul. Plummer last year started 2 of the 7 games he appeared in. Last year as a freshman. Struck out 7 batters in the 14 innings he pitched. Had 3 strikeouts against Southern Arkansas. 1-2 misses. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Dearman singled in the first, singled in the third, tripled in the third. Strike 3 called. As Dearman goes down for the first time today. That'll bring up Santos. So Joshua Santos steps in. 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of RBIs, including a sac fly. 2 down, first pitch on the ground to the left side. Over to first is Reese, and Reese gets him. Crimson Storm get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Southern Nazarene down 11-1. You're watching Crimson Storm baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Bottom of the 6th we go. Southern Nazarene down 11-1. Swing and a miss for Ryan Tucker to start off the inning. 0-1. Tucker so far 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out. 0-1 misses. Count goes to 1-1. Tucker, Cooper, Nelson due up in the inning. 5, 6, 7. The 1-1. Strike called on the outside corner. Count to go to 1-2. It is Cooper on deck. Came in for DeShishalo. Previous inning. A defensive switch as Perez stayed in and went to right field. Austin Cooper came into second. 2-2 the count. Check swing did not go. Ball down and away. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just past, a little bit past 5 o'clock here in Bethany. Payoff pitch. Hit hard out to left center. He'll get down for a base hit. Leadoff single for Tucker. Brings up Austin Cooper. First at bat of the day for Cooper. Still looking for his first hit of this year. Has only had 2 at bats, 0 for 2 on the year. 1-0 now the count. This one's hit hard but foul to the left side. Good swing by Cooper there. Cooper, the 6'1", 185 sophomore from Tucson, Arizona. Coach I's high school. Coach I's college. Prepped at Mountain View High School in Arizona. Fouls that one away. Played 1 season last year for the Apaches. Was a 2-time all-conference selection at Mountain View High School in Tucson. We'll also have a pinch hitter on deck. This one's fouled away to the right side. It'll be Josh Metelsky who's on deck. One and 2 the count. That one's high and away. Count will go to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, there'll be one game tomorrow for the Crimson Storm. We'll start that one at 3 o'clock. This one's on the ground, is short. Flips it over to second for 1. They flip it over to first, and just missed it. I guess he couldn't handle or dropped the ball a little bit. Maybe it bounced in. I thought it was a pretty clean throw. Coming from Faddis. So Cooper reaches on the fielder's choice. Tucker out on the 6-4, and we have a pinch hitter for Nelson. It will be Metelsky. First pitch, Metelsky fouls this one off. Count will start off at 0-1. Josh Metelsky, the 6'5", 260 freshman from right here in Bethany. Went to Putnam City North transfer from Dodge City. Takes that one for a strike. Count goes to 0-2. That one's up. Count goes to 1-2. Played 3 varsity seasons at Putnam City North. Was a 2-time preseason Under Armour All-American and helped the Panthers make a state tournament appearance as a junior. Fouls that one off. Count will stay at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th. Breaking ball. Misses down. Count will go to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cook reaching that 100 pitch mark. 95 pitches at this point. We have somebody getting loose in the Bulldog pen. Fouls it back. Stays at 2-2. Looks like that might be Devin Ring getting loose. It's either Ring or Smith. That one bounces in, and they try to go back to try to catch Cooper, and that one's down. Payoff pitch, fouled off to the left side. Three balls, two strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike three on the big overhand breaking ball. That'll bring up Shelby Reese. Blake Gooden getting loose for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Swing and a miss for Reese. Reese 0 for 2 on the day. Fly out and a ground out. This one's hit hard. It'll get through for a single to the left side. So 2 out single by Reese will bring up Gage Webster. Webster 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, looking for his first hit of the game. Two down here in the bottom of the sixth. SNU trying to rally a little bit here. That one's high and tight on Webster. Start off at 1-0. That one's low and away. Count will go to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. That one actually catches Webster. Loads the bases with 2 outs. Catches Webster on his right shoulder. That'll bring up Dylan Phelan, best hitter for the Crimson Storm. Phelan, 2 walks on the day, a run scored, 0 for 1. Cook will go out of the windup. Strike called on Phelan. Phelan extended his hitting streak to 14 games in the previous game. 0 for 1 today. Strike called on the outside corner. Count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded with 2 down. The 0-2. Breaking ball hit right to third base. Santos picks it up, tags third, and we're out of the inning. Southern Nazarene, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on. We go to the 7th. SNU down 11-1. You're watching Crimson Storm baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Go to the top of the 7th. Southern Nazarene down 11-1. This one's hit right back up the middle. Lead off single. That'll bring up Jacob Spring. Spring so far on the day 1 for 3 with a home run. That was a grand slam. That one bounces in. Blocked by Tucker. Count goes to 1-0. The 1-0. Strike called on the inside corner. Count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Fouled off to the left side. Count goes to 1-2. One, 2, bounces in. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. And Spring goes down looking. Second strikeout for Plummer. I'll bring up Barton. First pitch. Outside. Count goes to 1-0. Check swing did not go. Is down. Count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Barton 1 for 2 with a double. Pair of walks on an RBI. That one's outside. Count goes to 3-0. We got action in the Crimson Storm bullpen. That one catches the outside corner. Count will go to 3-1. Looks like Joe Toilolo getting loose for SNU. Fouls this one away. Plummer gets himself back in the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down here. Top of the 7th. Payoff pitch. Fouls it away. Count will stay at 3-2. Payoff pitch again. Hits hard to second base. Cooper comes up with it, knocks it down. Won't be able to turn the double play, but will at least get 1 out on the 4-3. Polston moves over to second. 2 outs. Be a pinch hitting. Will be number 11, Greg Bruno. Big right-hander for Southwestern Oklahoma State. First pitch, he squares, pulls back, pitches up. It's a ball. Bruno, the 6'4", 200-pound senior out of Del City, Oklahoma, transferred from Seminole State. And that one catches him. Well, SNU has had their fair share of hit batters today. Four hit batters today as Baxley will step in. Baxley 1 for 3 on the day with a 3-run homer. Fouls that one off. Start off at 0-1. Breaking ball hit hard out to right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. One's going to come around to score. Tags third. Here comes the second runner. So both Polston and Bruno will score on the double down the right field line by Baxley. When it rains, it pours. 2 more runs here in the top of the 7th. Pushes it to 13-1. That'll bring up Faddis. Faddis steps in 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and hit by a pitch. First pitch is called a strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Hit out. Base hit into right field. Perez comes up with it. Here's the throw into the plate, and Baxley will score easily. The single to right field scores Baxley, and that'll be it for Plummer. 3 runs here in the top of the 7th, 14-1 lead for Southwestern. We'll have a pitching change when we come back. We'll introduce you to the new Crimson Storm pitcher. You're watching SNU baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Joe Toilolo, the new pitcher for Southern Nazarene. Toilolo, the southpaw for the Crimson Storm, 5'9", 245-pound freshman from Lemon Grove, California. Strike call. Cousins to Sidney Toilolo on the Crimson Storm softball team. And a quick update on the Crimson Storm softball team. In the bottom of the 6th, SNU still up 6-5. Trying to draw a split there. Count goes to 0-2 after the foul ball. Oh, 2. Fouled off again to the left side. Second appearance on the year for Toilolo. Just threw 1/3 of an inning against UCO. Allowed 1 run, 1 hit, and had 1 strikeout. That one misses. Count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one's on the ground, over to Reese. Comes up to first, gets him. And the Crimson Storm are finally out of that inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on for Southwestern. We go to the bottom of the 7th, last chance for SNU. They're down 14-1. You're watching Crimson Storm baseball right here on SNUathletics.com. Bottom of the 7th we go. SNU trails 14-1. Last chance for the Crimson Storm. We do have a new pitcher. It's Austin Hilton for Southwestern Oklahoma State. 6'3", 205 senior out of Weatherford, Texas. Transfer from Northern Enid. So Hilton and Bruno will stay at first base. Leading it off for the Crimson Storm will be Garrett Perez. It'll be Perez, Wiggins, Stevens. 2-3-4 due up in the inning. SNU down by 13. Heading into the final inning in this doubleheader. First pitch to Perez. It's a strike. Start off at 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Perez 1 for 1 on the day. Had a pinch hit single last time up to bat. Hits this one on the ground over to second. Faddis comes up with it, throws it to first. One up, one down. Anthony Wiggins now steps in. So Wiggins, 1 for 3 on the day. Pair of flyouts. Takes a big hack there. Starts off at 0-1. Singled back in the 3rd. Hits this one hard right to Faddis. Faddis scoops it, kicks it around, won't get it in time. It'll be an error on Faddis. And Wiggins is on. That'll bring up Stevens. Tyler Stevens 1 for 3. SNU just won out here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Stevens. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Wiggins 1 stolen base on the year. Been caught twice. 0-1. Breaking ball. Misses. Count to go to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. That one misses low and away. Count goes to 2-1. 2-1, fouled back. Count goes to 2-2. 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and first strikeout for Hilton. That'll bring up Tucker. That one's outside. Start off with 1-0 on Tucker, who's 1 for 3 on the day. SNU down to its last out. Count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Breaking ball right over the heart of the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Crimson Storm down to their last strike. One, 2, fouls it away. Count stays at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ryan Tucker trying to keep it alive. That one's low and away. Count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pops up to the right side. Boy, making the run over there was the pitcher, Austin Hilton. What a catch to end the game. And that'll do it. Southwestern Oklahoma State picks up the 14-1 win. They move to 15-7 on the year, 8-3 in the GAC. Southern Nazarene falls to 4-19, 4-10 in the GAC. We'll go over final numbers here real quick as we wrap things up. Again, Southwestern moves to 15-7 on the year. Southern Nazarene falls to 4-19. Southwestern continuing to move up in the GAC standings as they go to 8-3. Be giving those top teams a run. SNU falls to 4-10. Cook picks up the win. He moves to 4-2 on the year. The loss goes to Jacob Spruill. He goes to 0-7. Official game time, 2 hours and 10 minutes. So Southern Nazarene falls in that one. And we'll go over final numbers here in just a second as we try to wrap things up here real quick on the computer so we can put up final numbers. There we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box score first for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Tanner Dearman goes 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored and RBI. Santos goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Corbin Polston 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Jacob Spring 1 for 4 with that grand slam home run. Zach Barton 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Trent Troxel 1 for 3 with a run scored. Joel Baxley 2 for 4 with 5 RBIs, 2 runs scored. CJ Faddis 1 for 3 with an RBI, and Hayden Hoshka 1 for 4 with a run scored. Gunnar Cook does take the win. He goes 6 innings, allows 1 run. It was earned 3 walks, 5 Ks, and on 6 hits. Austin Hilton threw an inning of relief. Now for the Crimson Storm, SNU has 6 hits on the day. All 6 hits come from different people. Garrett Perez, Wiggins, Stevens, Tucker, DeShishalo, and Reese all have hits on the day. Nobody with multiple hits. Jacob Sproul takes the loss. He gives up 6 runs, all 6 earned on 3 walks, 5 hits, 2 innings pitched. Cameron Ray, Barry, Plummer, and Toilolo all come in on relief. Southern Nazarene falls again in the final game of this doubleheader, 14-1. Crimson Storm fall to 4-19, 4-10 on the year. Join us tomorrow. We will have no audio, but Southern Nazarene will take on Southwestern Oklahoma State at 3 o'clock right here at the Cypress Athletic Complex for one game, a 9-inning scheduled game, final game of the series. Again, final score, Southern Nazarene falls 5-2 in the opener. They fall 14-1 in the nightcap. This is David Albert saying good night, God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.